Hey everyone! Welcome back to Tech Canva, your go-to place for learning web development the easy and fun way. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon, so you never miss any of our tech tutorials, updates, or tips. In today's video, we're going to keep things super simple and beginner-friendly. We'll walk through writing a basic Hello World program, first using HTML, then using JavaScript, and finally, we'll recreate the same using React with CDN. Whether you're completely new or brushing up on the basics, this is the perfect way to understand how front-end web development works step by step. So let's dive in. We'll begin with the foundation, plain HTML. We create a basic structure with a page title and a placeholder area on the page where we want our Hello World message to appear. Now, if you open this HTML page in the browser at this point, you won't see anything. And that's because we haven't actually placed any content inside that placeholder yet. So let's bring in some JavaScript magic. Using JavaScript, we can interact with the HTML structure directly. We locate the placeholder element on the page, then create a heading element using JavaScript, add our Hello World message, and finally insert that heading into the page. With just a few lines of code, we're now displaying dynamic content that wasn't originally in the HTML. This is the core of how JavaScript interacts with the DOM, or Document Object Model. It's simple, powerful, and helps you understand how web pages can update in real time, without reloading. Now, as your website grows in size and complexity, managing all those elements manually with JavaScript can become tricky. That's where React steps in. React is a powerful JavaScript library that helps developers manage user interfaces more efficiently. It introduces the concept of components and virtual DOM, making it easier to structure, update, and scale web applications. But what if you don't want to set up a big React environment using tools like Create React App or Vite? No worries, you can still use React with CDN links, especially when you just want to include React in a small part of your site. In our example, we include two script tags in our HTML file, one for React and one for ReactDOM. This allows us to use React directly in the browser without any installations or build tools. It's not the preferred way for large projects, but it works perfectly for simple demos, learning, or small features that need React power. Also, don't forget, when you're using CDN links, it's best to include the cross-origin attribute. It helps with better error reporting and debugging when you're working in the browser. Now, let's talk about what happens behind the scenes. With React, instead of directly creating elements like we did with JavaScript, we use React's method to create something called a virtual DOM element. We specify the type of element we want, like a heading tag, assign any properties like an ID or class, and provide the content we want to display, such as our Hello World text. Then, we use ReactDOM to find our placeholder in the actual HTML and render that virtual element to the screen. So essentially, React does the same thing JavaScript did earlier, but it wraps it in a cleaner, more structured way. This makes it much easier to manage and scale as our UI grows. One quick tip here. During the video walkthrough, I've intentionally left a few small typo mistakes in the code. Why? So I can show you how to debug errors using the browser's developer tools. When you're learning, making mistakes is completely normal, and knowing how to fix them is just as important as writing code correctly. So keep your eye on the console, and don't hesitate to test and play around. Let's recap what we did today. We created a basic HTML layout, used JavaScript to dynamically insert a Hello World message, and then did the same thing using React with CDN, showing how React simplifies and scales this process. This flow gives you a clear idea of how traditional DOM manipulation evolves into more structured React development. If you're serious about learning React, this foundational example will help you feel more confident and prepared as you go deeper. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to Tech Canva for more web development tutorials that are easy to follow and practical. You'll find the full blog post for this video linked in the description. It includes all the code examples, visuals, and step-by-step guidance so you can practice everything at your own pace. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, Happy coding! Waving hand.